Let's go.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It is me, the Ninja Reviewer here. We are back, motherfuckers. I'm finally here to review, once again, the greatest, of My Little Pony. Season 6, episodes 1 and 2, The Crystal Link. Crystal Link, not Samba. Now, don't worry, no, guys. No, don't jump to conclusions. Just because there's something going on in the Crystal Empire, black clouds and shit, doesn't mean that it's Samba's work. So I guess this means Samba really is dead after all, and he's probably not going to come back anymore. God damn it, Hasbro. You had your chances to bring him back again, especially for Flurry Heart. Hell yeah, that would have been a nice surprise. But regardless, though, still. So, what are my overall thoughts on MLP's first 2 episodes for the season starter? I will say this, though, it's a very different change of events of starters compared to all the season premieres we had back in the past. This was the most, I would say, completely different, completely 180 from what we usually get in the season premiere tropes. And I guess, well, actually, to be fair with you, season 5's premiere, especially, for example, was also different. I mean, yeah, we had a villain at the beginning, but the motives, though, and the scenario and everything else was completely different compared to what we had with the usual. Some, evil bad guy does something, and then pretty much, they gotta find out who it is, that's causing all this mayhem and stuff like that. So you pretty much get the idea and stuff like that. That's pretty much how most of the season premieres go. But season 5, even though we did have a villain, it did follow a little bit of the same premise, but not that much, because it had something much more different, dealing, with the whole cutie marks, and not only that, with the whole cutie map opening, and then also we had, the whole communist thing that Starlight pretty much started, that cult. So yeah, technically, it was a much different trope. It wasn't just so overpowered. Oh, wait, correction. Never mind, I forgot. Starlight did become pretty much overpowered. She pretty much became Zeraldo, Dio Brando, traveling through time and shit. Whee! Pretty much. So, we had her, sorry. But now we just have a normal Starlight. But granted, though, she probably still has a lot. Dude, even they said it at the end of the finale that she has so much unlocked. She has so much unlocked potential. She has ridiculous amount of power for a unicorn. She's not even ALICORN status, and she's fucking just dicking around with Twilight most of the time, and it's awesome, and it's crazy. And just seeing her actually getting some character development. Now, her getting redeemed, again, I have mixed feelings about, but this whole thing setting up with reuniting with her really good friend that she lost back then, during the whole separation thing. Yeah, I was a bit fence on that. I kind of was like, didn't like the whole idea. That was the whole purpose on why she did it. Yeah, I still think it's a stupid idea. But in the end, though, when it comes to them finally reuniting with each other, it was surprisingly really well executed. I really like the fact that, even though he had, his talent of a cutie mark with magic, that didn't mean it didn't go all high and mighty when he came to the Crystal Empire. Excuse me. Apparently what happened is that, well, he's not so much of a more powerful wizard as she thought he is. Yeah, he does know a lot of, spells and scrolls and stuff like that, but he kind of didn't really get the motivation to actually keep going. And in fact, he's just been suited up and just pretty much shuttered down in this cottage of a wizard thing. And to be honest, he really isn't a really powerful wizard as she thinks. He pretty much just, pretty much dropped out. He was pretty much a failure. He tried even though he had most of his magic. Things just weren't really the same with him, and that's pretty much, his story, that he pretty much, in the end, became more of someone who didn't really use, a lot of, he wasn't really an important person. He was just, very shy, very timid. He was just more of like just shuttered in by not having any friends and stuff like that, because in reality it kind of changed them. It's like, wow, like, you know, in the end it just didn't feel the same. Like, I miss my good friend and stuff like that to give me the inspiration to, you know, use my magic again. So that was the whole case, and because of that, that's how he became on who he is. He's got the boutique thing going on like I did. By the way, I also did a live reaction to the actual episode. If you want to catch that as well, watch my live reaction as well. So this is just the, you know, the review portion. Since I'm not going to do it combined, it would have been way too long of a video. So I was like, screw it. I'm just basically just going to do this as a separate video, and that's what I'm doing here. Anyways, now when it comes to that side. So basically we have two stories, only two stories going on. We have the whole crystalline thing with, you know, with baby Flurry Heart, and we have Starlight reuniting with her old friend in order to actually gain her first lesson in friendship from her master, Twilight Sparkle. So, because now, oh yeah, and by the way, what's really interesting is that Starlight is rooming with Twilight, which I'm like, damn, so she's living with Twilight now? So, ooh. Man, if he was actually that kind of dragon, ooh, I guess he'd be a bad dragon. Ooh, I know. Oh my god. Can you just imagine that, though? Can you imagine that? Speaking of which, did you see the amount of shipping with Starlight Glimmer that we actually have? It's ridiculous. With Twilight, with fucking Spike, and now with Sunburst. So it's like, wow, so much shipping going on in one episode. And it's crazy. But to me, the perfect couple would be her and Sunburst, because they had this awkwardness between them, you know, and the whole conversation with them trying to be together was kind of awkward. But in the beginning, she tried to avoid it by teaming up with Spike, because Spike had a suggestion where pretty much it was like, you know what, why don't we just go by the list? Like, look, Yuri, take care of your important business with Cadence and Shining Armor to go to actually help out with the crystalling, while I go help out Starlight, you know, follow the list and actually make her learn more of the lesson of her first friendship lesson, which was, and the message of this episode too at the very end was also very strong as well. So also the message though is actually really strong, so keep that in mind as well when I say that for a little bit later on. Anyways, when it comes to that portion, I really loved it. I loved the character development for Starlight. I love her personality even more now, and I think she will definitely fit right in home with the main six. Speaking of which, of the main six little cult here, we have a seventh member. As you can, you know, Starlight is the seventh member. It's official. She's even in the opening now, as we can actually see. You know, not only that, but what's really cool is that they added the Cutie Mark Crusaders cutie marks in the intro, which I thought was actually really cool that they did that. So finally, we are getting some progression. I was so happy we're using the Cutie Mark Crusaders new cutie marks. That was cool, and that was a very nice touch to be like, yep, this is what this season is going to be coming with, and I'm really excited. So that portion overall, I really liked a lot, because it gave so much character development, so much personality to Starlight, and also at the very end where she actually gave him the confidence to actually, you know, help out with the situation, to learn that spell in order to actually seal the crystal heart that was already broken. You know, that was very cool how he actually helped out with that spell. But what really sucks though is that, you know, the power of Flurry Heart, you know, that power was taken away. Now she's not this most OP baby anymore. She's like more controlled, and she's more contaminated compared to before, where her powers were just all over the fucking place, lasers and shit, like yo, that baby, yo. All right, now let me get to the main meat of this premiere, and that was the baby Flurry Heart. Now we've seen many previews, we've seen a lot of stuff relating to Flurry Heart, and the whole build-up when it comes to this little baby Alicorn. Oh man. Hashtag broken. That's all I gotta say about the Alicorn race in general. Hashtag broken. Yo! Oh my god! Yo, what the fuck? Alright. This baby, when she sneezed, she created a big-ass crater hole when they were trying to actually set her up for the crystal. And it was huge! I'm like, yo, what the hell? And it's just like, it's huge. The hole is huge. That's what she said. The hole is huge, and what happens is that it's the damage control the damage control is unbelievable with the ALICORN race. But you know what's kind of bullshit though? Luna and Celestia are hiding something. They gotta, why you fucking lying? Why you gotta be lying? Oh my god, stop fucking lying. Like seriously, they are, because they said, oh well, the birth of an ALICORN is a mystery to us. Really now, even though you two were already born, I guess it's because they were already born alicorns to begin with, so it kind of makes sense. But that's weird to me though. Like that drives me bonkers. Like, how in God's name do you not know that the birth of an alicorn? How do you not know that stuff? Like, aren't you two like born from like thousands of years ago? And it's like, how do you not know stuff like this? I mean, that's the only part that kind of drives me a little crazy with that. Like, the birth, how is it a mystery to you? Maybe they were born before everything in Equestria was created, which I guess makes perfect sense in my opinion. I don't know, but again, the explanation, hello, we needed one, and they just avoid it all. They're like, oh, no, we're not going to explain that. No, we're not going to do that at all. We're just going to say, we don't know. You don't know. How the fuck do you not know? You two are the most royal princesses that has lived for over thousands of years, and you two don't know nothing about that? How is that even possible? Like, dead ass. How do you not know anything? Like, isn't there some, like, ancient prophecy thing that goes on, or something that was, like, a rare occurrence years ago, where an alicorn's wings, like, especially the wings, like, the wings were meant to be a part of a gift, a part of an accomplishment that you did, like Twilight, where she learned hers when she actually did the spell thing with the whole changing the destinies thing with the cutie mark. So I figure that would be the case, but no, here it's so weird. Like, I don't get it, but whatever though. Mainly, what also about this premiere, it was very hilarious. I love baby Flurry Heart when she was OP. Now it's like, what the hell? They took that OP ability away. And I'm really hoping she's not just going to be like a normal alicorn, like just flying around and shit. I was really hoping she would do more comedic stuff with her, like using some, I mean, I guess she can learn the powers from within time of her growth, which could make sense, but I don't know. I really wish, you know, we would get back, you know, on track when it came to her with her powers. But either way though, her powers, Jesus, Elisa, where you at? Elisa, where the fuck you at right now? Like, seriously. The crystal heart broke, and there were unnormal clouds surrounding the area entirety of Equestria, and massive snowstorms over freezing temperatures. My God, the baby has caused an apocalypse. This is some Toriko shit. Like, okay, I don't know if you guys have ever read Toriko. Again, don't watch Toriko, read the manga, it's a lot better. Fuck that shit. The manga to Toriko, where Heracles, one of the 8 kings, one of the horse king Heracles, you know, one sniff, one breath, and a fucking Heracles breath, bam, and then like the fucking half of the planet can like fucking explode, or some crazy shit like that. I don't know, it's insane. Like you gotta read Toriko for yourself, man. And by the way, I recommend it. It's a really greatness of a series. You guys definitely gotta read it, and hopefully the anime gets rebooted one day. Just saying. But this ain't about Toriko greatness. This is about MLP. But you get what I'm saying though, because it's the same thing with that. Like, you know, even from birth, like the baby of Heracles, when a new generation was born, he was able to ride on rainbows and shit, and fucking like bring balance into one of the fucking areas. It's insane. Like, oh my god, like, and they're so OP, these alicorns. It's not even funny. Not just that, but certain unicorns in general can be OP as well. Like, you know, Starlight, of course, we all know she's the exception. She's not normal. So granted, of course, she has those OP abilities for reasons, because she's learned a spell, she became fucked up. Even she regrets it too when she was talking to her friend about it. She still kind of regrets how fucked up she was, especially the cult and stuff like that she created. So, excuse me. Yeah, by the way, again, the comedy in this episode was very funny. I like when like the baby was just doing all bunch of crazy shit, and then like, you know, everyone's freaking out. You know, we got Pinkie Pie bonding with the baby just fine. Because I guess with the whole baby cakes thing, she kind of knows how to, you know, bond with babies a bit more. And then also we got the fact that Rarity tried to catch a baby with a freaking net, which that didn't even work. So that was actually pretty funny. She's just trying to catch it like it's some kind of like flying like bug or a firefly or some shit. And you know, that actually kind of failed. So yeah, and the baby, of course, yes, Flurry Heart is adorable, but I think it's going to turn a lot of people off for this OP thing to become this adorable. And it's like, it's going to be a lot of turn off for people, and it's going to be weird. But regardless, though, I still had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with this premiere, like, a lot because of it. And when it comes to that, though, it was just freaking cool. Hold on one second. So, that and said and done, I thought that was actually really cool and just, like, so hilariously funny. Just to see the baby Alicorn do a lot of stuff. She's cute and adorable, and no, this isn't like the Fairly Odd Parents where it's like, poof, calm down. She didn't end up like that. But, again, a completely different pace. Like, it was really epic, too. And Celestia and Luna finally doing something was just awesome. Just, like, yes! Like, it is about goddamn time. Like, they finally do something useful for once. Which I'm like, yes! Like, that's what I've been waiting for this entire time. And it finally happened. And when it happened, actually, I was just so glad. Then we had the actual ending where the Crystal Heart was actually being revived again, which I thought that was a very nice touch. And yeah, that's actually pretty much it once everything was said and done. Oh yeah, by the way, we saw Twilight's parents for the first time, which was surprisingly, and they actually talked. So anyways, my overall thoughts on the premiere, on this review for these 2 episode premieres. I will give the first half, let's see. I give the first half maybe like around a 4 out of 5 because it was a pretty good start. A little bit slow, you know, at the beginning and stuff. When it comes to like setting everything up, it was a bit slow, but then getting towards that point where it comes to like, you know, finally getting together in that big climax at the end, I will admit though, it was actually, you know, quite fine. I think the second half of the episode was definitely a lot better in my opinion. The second half, oh man, that stuff was actually pretty epic. Again, seeing Celestia and Luna do some stuff. The second half to me was kind of more of an entertainment value. So I would give the second half a little more of a higher score. I think that one had a lot of more entertainment value. A lot of epic okay, the only thing it didn't have again was that big kibosh epic moment that we had like in most like, you know, fight scenes and shit like that. But, you know, it wasn't like the most strongest impact. But then again, it kind of was, though. It was pretty cool to see, you know, the crystalling of the crystallings of the ponies looked really cool. I like the designs. So, yeah, you know, that was actually pretty awesome. So, yeah, you know, those stuff. Especially the new main styles, you know, that they got, especially for the crystalline ponies, were really great. Really well done. So, overall, I give the first half a 4 out of 5. It was pretty good, a little bit of a slow start, but pretty good. And I would give the second half probably a 4.5 out of 5, making it like a great plus. And keeping the score overall, I'm just going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. It was a great plus premiere. My only little downside to complain about it would be, I guess, the ceiling of the powers. Actually, no, not only that. My only complaint is this whole thing with the whole Alicorn powers are not really explained well, and why she was able to, you know, become born of these uncontrollable powers was the only thing I didn't really find myself too conflicted with, because again, we wanted more explanation, we wanted some kind of special thing going on. But the gathering of the crystalling and the ceremony was actually pretty nice. There was a lot of comedic moments, really funny moments in there, a lot of shipping moments, some action moments here and there, but not too much action going on. So if you're looking for that big action kind of sequence stuff, you're only going to see a little bit of it, so don't expect too much. I'm sorry to disappoint you. Even I was a bit disappointed we didn't get to see that. But regardless though, I thought it was a great way to start off season 6. Definitely a much different way. Again, just like last season, a much huge different way. So I'm going to give it a little more higher score when it comes to the season premiere. While I gave the season premiere of last one, the season 5, like a 4, I'm going to give this one a 4.5. My only little complaint again was this whole explanation of the Alicorn princess thing. But regardless though, I still enjoyed it. I thought the comedy, the animation, the interesting thing of how the crystalling is gathered and stuff like that was very well done. And Starlight becoming a really new main 6 or 7, whatever you want to call it now, is definitely out there now. I'm really starting to like Starlight's character, and the lesson at the end where you have to give your students a certain amount of space in order to learn a lot of, you know, lessons or just things on their own. Just give them some space and give it on their own free time to learn on their own, and they'll pretty much be one step ahead in order to actually become stronger. So that was a really good lesson right there. So again, my score overall for all the premiere together is a 4.5 out of 5, making it a great plus season premiere. It was definitely one of my top favorite now. It would definitely be my top favorite premieres. I would say my most... I would say it's up there. It's not my most favorite premiere. It's not like my most favorite. I think that honor would have to go to maybe probably season 4 still. I think to me definitely would probably have to be season 4. I think that was the most beastliest epic things ever. I think to me season 4 had the most epic one. Season 5 was pretty damn good, but not really the atmosphere mood like I wanted to expect. But I would say, however, this one amped it up a bit more, and I will say that Season 6 premiere was definitely much better than Season 5. Compared to Season 5, this one was a much better premiere. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So overall, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I know this review was a bit way too longer than expected, but there was a lot of stuff, a lot of content to go on, and that's basically it. So until then, guys, this is the Ninja Reviewer, and I will catch you guys next week for episode 3. No live reactions, though, this time, don't worry. It's going to be a full-fledged review. So until we meet again, guys, this is the Ninja Reviewer, signing out. Peace, soul, love, chicken grease, and the sky's the limit. Bronies, Bro Hoof, and Bronion, we are back. That is right, we have returned once again. The shortest hiatus we have ever gotten ever. And yeah, that's it. Anime manga fans, keep supporting what you read and what you watch. And yeah, that's it. I will see you guys next week for my review of episode 3. Bye.